Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to share you a trick that I do to grow more muscle, to grow more strength in particular. But with greater strength, you can grow greater muscle because you're able to push more weight around for more amount of reps. And this is what this trick I'm going to tell you is. It's one that I've heard before people use. It's out there, but I don't think it is mainstream. I don't think it's part of the current, at least bodybuilding paradigm about how to put on muscle. But like I said, in the last month, I've been incorporating a new kind of strength routine, and I've been incorporating this technique, and it has been work really well for me. My strength has increased a lot, especially after a hardcore cut where my strength was decreased a lot for a period of time because of the caloric deficit I was on. But anyway, to get right to it, there's always the debate on whether, high reps is ideal or low reps is ideal. My philosophy is kind of like, why not both, right? Obviously, sometimes I'm going to be doing sets with high amount of reps. Sometimes I'm going to be doing sets with low amount of reps, more weight. But here's one where a set is literally both, okay? And it's great. So you start off by, and you don't do this for every set, just like this. You just throw this one in once in a while, maybe once per compound movement, which is you increase the weight a lot, and you do singles, okay? And an increased weight single, even though it's not even close to 100% max, it might be 80%, but you're going to hit way more muscle recruitment with heavier weight, okay? Like if you're doing a tricep extension and you do 40 pounds compared to 80 pounds, and you were to measure, have the electrodes measuring the muscle recruitment, on bigger weight, you're going to recruit more muscle, and you're going to recruit a different type of muscle fiber for a more explosive type of action. I believe it's the type A fibers, okay? As opposed to lower weight, it's the difference between walking and running, right? When you're running, you're going to be incorporating more muscle fibers, right? Or jumping far compared to just taking a step. So you start off the set by doing like a single or two. Ideally, it should be a weight where we should just do it one time, but you could do it. This is technically like a drop set, so you could do one where you rep it out a few times and then you drop it and then rep it out. So that'd be a traditional drop set. The way my technique is kind of like a drop set, but it's like a way more of a drop. Okay, so it's like only do a single and then drop it to like half the weight and then rep it out. Okay, so when the whole idea behind this technique is once you've recruited the muscle fibers on that initial single, then when you drop the set and you push out, those fibers are still going to be recruited, and you're still going to be using them, especially when you're pushing it towards the end of the set, right? And getting those last reps in. Some might argue when you're getting those last reps in, and you're going to be recruiting the same fibers anyway. Yeah, maybe to some extent, but not even close to when that initial single. The second part about this is you're not going to have to do as many reps per se to reach the same amount of essential muscle fatigue or muscle workout. Now you might be like, okay, are you fatiguing the muscle too much where it might actually be counterproductive? Yeah, if you did this probably every set. That's why I'm saying just throw it in there on occasion. You don't have to do this for every set, for every exercise. But for example, I used it with tricep extensions today. You can use it for other things like, pec fly machine. Just throw the weight up there. Just do a heavy single on the pec fly and then drop it to your normal weight where you rep it out for 10 or 15 times and then do that, right? And by increasing the amount of muscle fibers you've recruited and then going to the dropping it a lot, those muscles are still going to be recruited and you're still going to be using them on the lower set. So that's the main key about this, okay? It's going to be more of a holistic exercise. Like if you only do classic hypertrophy high set, it's very one-dimensional. I'm not saying that's bad. Yeah, it's still going to work. It still might be part of like your your goal and everything. And there's might be some who are more strength oriented, who aren't doing so much hypertrophy. That's going to be part of their goal. But there's a middle ground, and I think especially novice, intermediate lifters, I think they really need to be putting on some strength for that, because they're in that period of time where there's a lot of growth that can happen. They haven't plateaued yet, and by putting on strength during that growth period, you're going to put on a lot more gains. But conversely, somebody who is very experienced, who has plateaued, this might be a way to kind of break through that plateau as well, because you're incorporating those heavy singles, pushing maybe a lot more weight than you normally do on us. Again, example, tricep extension. Like maybe you never do tricep extensions of 120 pounds, right? Maybe you're afraid you're going to snap some shit up, but you know, if you're just doing a single, it's not that bad. Just do a single 120 pounds, drop it to 60 pounds, and then rep it out. Likewise, like literally with any exercise, you could do this. I would do a few warm-up sets before you do it first. You know, do a few warm-up sets. You know, I gradually increase weight on the warm-up sets until I reach my, you know, more working set, and then maybe your first or second working set. Or just stack on way more plates, and then do that 1 rep, bring it down, then rep it out. And there's nothing wrong with doing classic drop sets. I usually wait towards the end of my last set to do that, where you know, once I'm repping it out, and then I might drop it one more time to a very lower weight and just keep going to get that last bit of hypertrophy. So what are your guys' thoughts on that? Is it unnecessary? I think the only criticism that people could have is it might cause some unnecessary fatigue. But again, I'd counter that. It's just like, if you're just doing it for one of your sets out of like 3 to 5 working sets, then I don't really think it's going to fatigue too much. If anything, it's going to recruit your muscle more, because once you've recruited a muscle and then you continue using it, even with lower weight, those recruited muscles are going to be activated. And that's the key to this whole thing. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave in the comment section below what your thoughts are. Really like to hear your feedback on this one. It's more of a exercise science one. It's one that I've kind of personally developed, so I'd like to hear your thoughts. I really haven't heard many people talk about this, but I'm sure it's something that is common. It's just a drop set. So anyway, leave in the comment section below what your thoughts are. Peace.